Hello, welcome to this video on the Mind Mastery series. Today we're going to talk about 3 things to avoid to master your mind. 3 things to avoid, and they're coming at you thick and fast, and you'll see what I'm talking about as I break this down. So the first thing to avoid is called menticide. This was an expression coined by a Dutch psychiatrist when television was first coming into human beings' homes. So it was being mass produced, put into homes. And he said that this is a brilliant way of destroying people's minds, which is what menticide means, so that you control their minds, so that you can put in suggestions to make them feel that the way that they do. Menticide. So if you look at Edward Bernays' book, Propaganda, he speaks about that as well, how you can manipulate human beings to be in a position that they want, i.e. we have become consumers, which I don't actually like that word, but we are now looked upon as consumers. You hear it all the time with economists talking about consumers on the radio, or users of a computer. So you're a user, and all these words have got bad connotations to them. We're made to feel small and bad about ourselves when this is how menticide works. And it works, check this out, works with, you've got a fear happening here, big fear all across the planet, and then it subsides a bit, and then another big fear, then it subsides a little bit less, and another big fear, and it subsides a little bit less, and another big fear. And that's how it works. So each time you're not really given enough time to recover from that fear as a human being, and the next one comes, and the next one comes, and it starts to destroy your mind. It starts to make you feel what is really going on here. This is awful, awful, awful. So this is what menticide does, and governments are expert at it, believe me. I could go into each fear thing that we've been through in the last 5 years, for instance, 10 years maybe, and you'll see the patterns as it works up, whether it's being created fear or whether it's being used as a tool to create menticide in the mass population, i.e. to get people to do things that they wouldn't normally do. Forcing people to do things which is completely against them or what they believe in. And that's happening today. It's quite incredible to see it. So that's menticide. Look it up. Read into it. It's important to really get that so that it doesn't affect your mind, because that's what it is. It's the destruction of the mind. So you want to strengthen yourself against that. So as I say, where your mind goes, your energy follows. You want to focus on what you want rather than what's being pumped at you. The next one to avoid is gaslighting. Gaslighting, when somebody says to you, "You're looking too deeply into that. I think there must be something wrong with you inside." Or, "You're way too emotional." Or, "You're overthinking that." Or, you're just not seeing it in the right way. There's something wrong with you. Or any way that some people say that to you. I'm sure if you're highly sensitive like me, you've had that said to you all your life. It's been said to you, right? That's gaslighting. That's trying to get you to doubt what you think or what you perceive or what you see or what you feel. That's why the word conspiracy theorist was made so big after the assassination of JFK, John F. Kennedy, bless his soul. And so people are so scared now of being called a conspiracy theorist. That's gaslighting to its extreme extent, because they go, "Well, I can't talk about that because it sounds like a conspiracy theory." There's conspiracies happening every day, in every household probably. Two people meeting in a room just talking about what they're going to do to help change somebody's life, either for the better or for the worst. That's a conspiracy. It's 2 people meeting up and talking. So we're scared of that word. It's actually happening every day. And that's part of the gaslighting. Part of the gaslighting that we're all going under. So to avoid that, you've got to try and recognize it. And we get it from our people close to us as well. Especially if you're highly sensitive. "Oh, you're over emotional. Oh, you overthought that. Oh, it's too much, blah, blah, blah." No, I'm not going to accept that at all from anybody. Ever again. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I'm not going to be pig-headed about it. I'm going to flow with it. But if someone's trying to tell me that blue is white, I'm not going to, no, okay, well, no, because then it causes cognitive dissonance and your mind starts to get messed up. which is what this is all about. Then you're jumping back into the mentor side, your destroyed mind. And the last one is open loops, and the media, mainstream media all across the world are brilliant at doing this. They give you the problem. They leave an open loop inside of it and tell you if you're looking too deeply into it, there's something wrong with you. And then they leave an open loop, so they suggest the resolution to that process, so that you get the resolution from the people who are telling you that there's a problem here. They give you the resolution so that you can start to go in the direction that they want you to go in. That is terrible, but that's what's happening. It's an open loop. It's an NLP, neuro-linguistic programming term for what happens with our language. We can leave open loops. If you want to go deeper with this, and I do go deeper with these concepts, you can find that in the Dream Method. You can click the link below, you can go to the webinar, mainly dealing with emotional childhood wounds and clearing up your anxiety, stress and depression, focusing your mindset on what you really want. That's what it's all about. So if you want to try that, go a little bit deeper, give you 5 steps of the stepping stones I use as the Dream Method, and you can watch the webinar. And if you want to go further with it, it's very clear, the instructions at the end of the webinar. If not, I'll see you in the next video. Until then, be well, keep shining.